Well, turns out I had some things wrong about this steering shaft, and some of the comments were right. There's something in there. Welcome to this edition of Just Add Ice with Bob. I'm your host, Bob. All right. 5-second rule. Turns out that steering shaft, I'm just going to show you. I'm convinced of is my VIN number keeps pulling this thing up. I had to take this boot apart and put hose clamps on there to adjust that, and it's fine. Kenworth told me that is a 5-103 U-joint. It is not. It does not fit. There was several comments in there that said people had said they're not interchangeable. They're not interchangeable. I'm like, I asked Kenworth. They told me they were, and they did. They said that U-joint is a 5-103. You would have to seriously modify the end of that to put that in there. I'm never doing that. So this shaft is in here. I had to slide this in. It was, I don't know, 4 inches too long. And the other thing, this bar here, I thought that was a newer truck thing. There was probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 people that said that they had it on their 2006, 2007, that bar. So I believe before I got my truck that it was hit and there was things changed on here. I know that the steering axle has been changed, but I've never ran into anything else other than the caster, the steering axle. That's the only thing that's the first time that's happened. I've replaced the U-joints on the old one several times. So Deb and I have put 3 million miles on the truck, right? So everything gets changed a lot. And by the way, people, I don't break down. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen or it won't happen, but just because you see me working on my truck doesn't mean it broke down. I drive it a lot. We drive a lot of miles. And what I'm doing here is maintenance. I buy things, I put them on, I realize that they're about to go bad. For instance, I just changed this power steering pump because it was making a whining noise. When it makes a whining noise, if you're turning your steering wheel and it's going like, it's making a noise, I'll do it again. That's your bypass on your steering pump that fluid is bypassing. If you have the proper amount of fluid and your steering's making noise, either your filter in the bottom of here is clogged, a line is collapsing, or your bypass on your pump is bad. So I replaced the pump and I replaced the filter. The power steering fluid smelt burnt. Anyway, I was just checking in. No updates on the daughter. Cramping, pains, but no labor yet. So we're going to go back to work tomorrow. As soon as we pull out of here, I'm sure as soon as we pull out of here, Bridget's going to go into labor. We're going to get a call. I feel like that's one surefire way to make a baby happen. Anyway, have a good day. That's good.